so you all keep asking for it. So let's get a full video on what we need to take on the TFSI to the Caddy conversions. You've asked for it, I'm the only man doing it, so let me show you exactly what you need. So excuse the mess, because it is a shithole in here, as you can clearly see. But the most important thing is engine and gearbox. Both come out in a wanna. Engine and gearbox, the biggest lump out of the car, that's what you're taking. So engine and gearbox comes out. Once you took your engine and gearbox out, both drive shafts need to be kept. Drive shaft there, drive shaft there. You need to take both of them coolant adapters at the back here. There's two little, there's a clip on them, and you just pull them off on both of them. Two coolant adapters, you need to take them. This is a DSG, so I'm going to be taking the DSG selector, and also, as it's DSG, I'm going to take the foam that's at the back there, and I'm also going to take, have took, the black plastic cap that goes across there. Just pulls out. If it's not DSG, you'll have a master cylinder inside there. You don't need that clutch pedal. All you need to do is take the pipe from the back of that, which goes all the way around and goes to the back of your gearbox if it's a manual. Wire inside, you guys are not going to be able to wire it in, so you're going to need to pay somebody to wire it in. I will put some recommendations down in the description below of people who wire it in. I may or may not get to doing a wiring video on the TFSI, but it's very complex and not straightforward. So wiring just gets cut there. For me, that's all I need. Ideally, if this is your first time doing it and somebody's wiring it in for you, or you're going to try and wire it in yourself, mindful of the fire risks, you want to take the full loom. So take the full loom out of the car so you've got a full running loom. Cut it there, and at least you've got both legs of the loom. But it is difficult, and let me just tell you, I don't think the majority of people can do that. Being truthfully honest with you. And I don't want to waste your time and say you might as well pay someone, I don't know what the going rate is now to wire it in, 500, 600, 700 quid maybe to wire it in. It gets done and dusted. So next thing you need to take is the fuse box. Fuse box has to come. We need that fuse box for our conversion. So next up is the rad pack. I only take the intercooler. This has got air conditioning, so I just take the AC air conditioning area. I don't need the actual frame. I'm trying to slot the intercooler into the Caddy radiator, and that'll give me the 2 litre TFSI one. There is a canister here that sits here, a black canister. You'll need to take that as well. That comes as part of the engine. You don't need to take your coolant bottle, but if you want to take it, happy days. Yeah, the other thing to discuss is so this is the fuel line, this is the air breather system. Total separate video needed for the air breather system, and even then, again, it's quite complicated, so get your conversion guy to do that for you. If I haven't mentioned drive shaft there, they both need to come out. You can take the full subframe if you want to. I'm on a driveway, so I'm not going to get the capability to do that, so I'm just going to leave it as it is there. So we've said drive shafts, we've said engine, we've said gearbox, we've said the 2 coolant adapters at the back you're going to need to take as well, and obviously the pipes as well. The wiring loom down the right hand side of the van gets cut there. I'm taking the ABS pump as well, just in case I've got any future projects. There's no harm in doing that. And you need the ECU. ECU will live, as an example, behind some scuttle panel somewhere. You need the ECU. The last thing I take is the exhaust. If I need the exhaust, if you don't need the exhaust, you're just going to put a decat on, then don't take it. But I take the exhaust as well. You need to take the fuel lines as well, or I take the fuel lines. If you're going to adapt the Caddy fuel tank the diesel tank to a petrol tank, you're going to need to do all of that. There's a lot more detail that you need to go into for converting the fuel tank. However, you can just buy the fuel tank and the fuel line. They're about 1,000 quid for all of that. Running gear, but it does make it absolutely perfect. So my advice is to just buy the £1,000 running fuel tank, which is a petrol fuel tank, and the fuel lines to go with it. I didn't. I adapted my Caddy tank, but again, I've not done it before. So yeah, so like I say, ideally you just want to adapt your Caddy tank if you can, but if you can't, then you're best off just buying the TSI or the petrol fuel tank. It's got all the charcoal canister, it's got all the lines that go with it, it's all built in, it's much easier to do. So we've talked about the engine, we've talked about drive shafts, we've talked about the, I take the ABS pump, we've talked about, I take the wiring loom, I take the DSG selector, I take the ABS pump, I take the 2 coolant bits at the back, I take both drive shafts, I take the bottle at the front of the charcoal canister, I take the rad pack, I take the, the intercooler off the rad pack, I take the exhaust, I take the keys, the clocks, the ECU, the in-tank fuel pump, and that's probably about it. Now, I don't know if I've missed anything off the list. I don't think I have. So that's the easy bit. Getting the engine out, getting the gearbox, getting all the bits together, that's the easy part. The hard part starts when you've got to wire this thing in, because it's not easy. I'm not going to say that and just so you guys go and pay someone or ask me to do it. I don't do it for anybody. I'm just doing this for myself. So I think the easiest thing to do is to pay someone to wire it in. They'll wire it in probably in, I would say, 2 days, maybe 3 days, depending how fast you are. We could probably wire them in a day, if I'm honest with you, but we'd be slinging the wiring in, and that's not the way to go. So obviously on your donor car as well, if you're buying these cars and you want to sell more parts, and then obviously you want to strip out all the good parts, there's no harm in doing all of that, but I'm not really interested in that anymore. I'm only interested in the running gear. So let's recap. I think I've mentioned it all there. Engine and gearbox, drive shafts, the right hand side wiring loom. I take the ABS pump, although you don't really need it if you're doing it into a Mark 3.5 facelift. I take the cables, but I only take them if it's a DSG. If it's a manual, I don't touch the cables. I take the little cap at the back of the engine bay. I take the 2 coolant pipes at the back of the engine bay. I take the dog mount bolt under the bottom. If you can take the subframe, take the subframe. If you can't take the subframe, you know, don't worry about it. I take the intercooler, I take the rad pack to go into the Caddy. Charcoal canister comes with it. ECU, key, clocks, fuel pump. And that's probably, I mentioned the cruise control bit on the steering wheel. If you need to take that as well, take that, but I don't generally take it, because if a Caddy hasn't got it, I'll take it, but I don't need that on mine. I think that's about it for the running gear on a TFSI. So thinking about it, you probably sat there thinking, oh, that's not that bad, and it isn't. But the hardest part is wiring it in. Everything else is very, very straightforward. I'm not going to lie to you and say pulling all the gear out is easy. The tank, the diesel conversion of the tank is not easy. The lines for the tank, you're going to need obviously a new fuel tank and fuel lines. But if you want to adapt your diesel tank, you'll have to learn how to do it. I've heard of horror stories around people not putting the breather system in properly to the diesel tank. I've heard them like not blowing the tank up, but basically blowing the tank up. It builds a lot of pressure inside the fuel tank without the breather system. So you need to make sure that is there. I've heard people saying that they run it without a breather system and just take the fuel cap off every couple of days. It's the wrong thing to do. The fuel tank and the fuel system is about £1,000 all in roughly now when you buy it through TPS, for the lines and for the charcoal canister and for the petrol fuel tank as such. About £1,000 roughly speaking. So it's going to cost you a bit of cash to do a TFSI conversion. So don't throw yourself in there and think everything's going to be perfect. Remember, when you buy a donor car, you're asking somebody else to wire that donor car in. If there's faults on that donor car, they're not going to fix them faults. You've got to fix it yourself. So just be mindful that when you're doing this, not everything's perfect first time. The guys who are wiring these conversions in shouldn't be fixing the other faults that you've got just because it's part of your donor car. So try and buy a donor car that's pretty much pristine with no lights on the dash. Take some pictures before you do that. And if you're getting somebody else to do it for you, take some pictures so you know you've got that assurance. And I think that's about it. Getting the running gear out and all that is a doddle. Really easy to do. It's just the wiring is very, very complex in these TFSI Caddies. So that's where your biggest expense is going to come. That and the fuel tank and fuel breather system. But yeah, I think that's concluded the EOS breakdown and what we need as part of a TFSI conversion. So drop me a comment down below if you think I've missed something. Let me know in the comment section. I'll try not to bombard the video description, but I think it's pretty much self-explanatory as what you need. Most people who are doing a conversion will be able to do the first element of it, but after that, fuel system, breather system, wiring, that's where all the complicated time comes, and that's where you need the skill set as well. So yeah, I think that's probably give you guys enough information. Like I say, if you go into a Mark 3.5 facelift Caddy, you don't need the ABS pump. If you go into an older Caddy, you might need to upgrade your ABS pumps, so take it with you. Also, if you're gonna go to a Mark 4 Caddy, you're gonna need to downgrade your ABS pump. So take the ABS pump, and either do that or let the lads do it when you're getting them to wire in. Now, there's a good friend of mine called Matty Vag. Shout out Matty Vag. I'll put his link in the description below. He wires Caddies in on the daily basis. 2 litres, TFSIs, R32s. He is the main man for all wiring, alongside another geezer who's down south. But Matty's a good friend of mine, and he's up north. It's close to me, so it's best that we give the guys up north the business. But Matty Vag is very good at wiring. In fact, he's exceptional. And as he knows, as a friend of mine, I do not ask him. I try not to ask him unless I get really stuck. He's been doing conversions for years. I'm just some YouTuber out there that's picked all of this up on their own back. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love sharing the content with you guys on this. So if you've enjoyed the video, if that's give you a bit of an insight as to what you need for a TFSI Caddy, I reckon £2,000, £2.5 grand, maybe three, that £2.5 grand if you can get an engine and running gear for 500-600 quid, £1,000 for wiring, let's say, £1,000 for the petrol setup, 500-600 quid maybe for the donor engine and gearbox if you can get that, or all the running gear, maybe 1,000. Let's call it 3,000 quid to convert your Caddy into a TFSI Caddy. Let's put it as that, as a figure. Mine cost me nothing. I wire them in myself. I take all the engine gear and running gear and put it all in myself. Mine takes time though. If you look at time versus cost, I probably spent more than that money. I could build my vans, put all the gear in, ship it down to Matty Vag, who's based in Yorkshire, by the way, or Leeds way. Ship it down to Matty Vag. Matty Vag could just wire it in probably a couple of days' time. I could go and pick it up, and that is it, running. So it's time versus cost, I suppose, putting away, of doing that. For me, I'm that tight. I don't want to spend a penny. So like I say, I am the only guy doing the TFSI conversions out on YouTube. I do know how to wire them in. Matty Vag and the other guy who's down south will probably give me the credit to say, look, just gone and tried everything myself, learned everything myself, wire it in myself. I've been troubleshooting that blue Caddy for a while. I think I've gone through every fault code that could have came up, because again, I bought a non-runner donor TFSI. That's my own fault. So look, if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and like I say, if you need any wiring, head over to Matty Vag, subscribe to Matty's channel, because it would be rude not to. He's a good lad, and yeah, I want to see Matty try and run up his subscribers in his YouTube channel. So if you can do me a favour and help me out, and hopefully we're going to get this engine inside this Caddy in the next couple of days. In fact, I've probably already done it by the time this video comes out, but I want to see my Caddy running absolutely perfect. So that's why we're doing it. Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, head over to Matty Vag, and if you've got any queries, get in touch with Matty Vag. He's on TikTok as well if you need to get hold of him. Drop my message on TikTok. And yeah, this is me out. Bye for now.